Welcome to my video about our backcountry hike in the Kananaskis Valley. Photography and video by Mel Bolin with contributions from Adam Bolin, documenting our trip last fall in 2025. Here is the various camera equipment we took with us, including the Canon 16 Mark II, 2 lenses, the Nikon Coolpix water camera, and some other accessories. Our route took us from the boat launch past Inter Lakes parking, where we were supposed to have started, with our destination being the Forks Backcountry Campground and surrounding area, over 11 kilometers hiked on days 1, 2, and 4. This is the starting view from the boat launch on Upper Kananaskis Lake, with the arrow indicating the valley we'll be traveling into. The 4.5 kilometer hike between the boat launch and the Inter Lakes parking area offered an easy trail with lots of opportunities to view the Upper Kananaskis Lake. The rugged terrain was easy to travel and popular for many enthusiasts. A week later, our friend Jimmy climbed Mountain to Fatigable, showcasing an alternate view of Upper Kananaskis Lake. While hiking along the lush forest trails gave us the opportunity to spot a golden crown kinglet. This was the first time for me. The trails were beautiful and varied, with moss-covered rocks, clear streams, and wooden walkways along the way. After hiking nearly 12 kilometers, it was a treat to see so much firewood and a large axe provided at the Forks Backcountry Campground. Exhausted from my hike again, I kept my setup for the night sky close to camp, where I was able to capture a breathtaking view of the Milky Way over Mount Morgover. Mount Putnik is breathtaking as the morning sun hits the peak in this attempted time-lapse. Day 2 began with a juvenile raven overlooking us and a final shot of the campsite before we set off on our day hike adventure. Day 2 involved hiking the 3 Isle Lake Trail and reaching the British Columbia border, where we had significant elevation gain along the way. This is a gorgeous view of Mount Worthington and the rock face that lies between us and 3 Isle Lake. While we stopped at the 3 Isle Creek waterfall for a break, we took the chance to filter some more drinking water. While we had this break, a small least chipmunk posed for a few quick photographs among the rocks. Time to climb up. I'm also very grateful for my husband being my camera assistant along the way. We were stopping often to take in the view so I can adjust to my surroundings as we gained elevation. This illustrates the hiking trail and its proximity to the breathtaking view of the valley below us. The rock face was fascinating in sheer size and texture. The climb was continuous, a strenuous trek upwards that included some helpful stairs along our way. This golden mantle ground squirrel along the high-altitude path gave me some good distractions on how high up on the rock face I was. Finally, after climbing all that way up, we reached this stunning three-isle lake offering some amazing views. We saw another golden crown kinglet, this time showcasing its small, delicate features of its golden crown. This rock pile exists between the BC and Alberta border, marking our arrival into British Columbia. Beauty Lake, which boasted beauty, was another 2 kilometers, but we chose to rest here and make a return trip instead, saving it for another visit. With the sun setting, we wanted to have plenty of time to make our way back down the rock face. Exiting the forest and reaching this point literally stole my breath and made my knees weak as I stepped out onto the rock face. Mount Putnick's Cree offered a beautiful view of the ancient seabed floor with the many textured boulders along the trail. With delight, I managed to capture a photograph of a kika. It's a small mammal adapted to high elevation, another first for me. On the second evening, I ventured a little bit further to the second group area with hopes of a better composition of the Milky Way in the night sky. Before going to bed, I set my water camera to capture a brief time lapse of the Big Dipper star trails. Day 3, we spent our time scouting for my final night sky location and enjoyed walking along the Kananaskis River. I found the textured boulders of Mount Putnick along the trail to Turnpine Canyon were fascinating to explore and photograph. We followed the trail along the river to this heart-shaped rock, where the path diverts away and starts increasing in elevation towards Turnpine Canyon. We took a moment to study the glacier and waterfall on Mount Bolin, capturing details at various extreme focal lengths with my 2 lenses. After supper, we returned to the rocks along the path to Turnpine Canyon, playing cribbage while we waited for the sun to set. A few campsite lights were faintly visible below us while we were taking in the night sky above. Day 4 was dedicated to our hike out, following the same trail as Day 1 when we hiked in. The forest was still lush this late in the fall, offering a variety of fungi and mycelium for us to observe and study along the way. Seeing this rough grouse during the drive home was a joy and concludes our wonderful trip to the Kananaskis Valley. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, check out my website, or find me on YouTube.